So when I first saw the project, I felt like it was a good opportunity to make carbon cool because I feel like there's a perception with a lot of like eco-friendly businesses or companies or affiliations that seem to be a bit like naff in design. I mean, it's kind of up and coming, but I feel like there's a big gap where a more design considered approach would probably educate and inform more people. So, approaching the brands, I wanted to present something that was hip and cool, but also something that was a bit of a clean slate so that it didn't offend anybody. It was accessible and there was an openness to it, which would be that if anybody saw it for the first time, they'd feel like it wasn't too pretentious. It was just kind of like a really honest and simple platform, a bit like Wikipedia. Like Wikipedia is inoffensive. It's kind of just a platform where you can access information and you don't need to be overwhelmed by the brand. Nobody feels intimidated by it, and it's a bit of an education source as well. I would say trying to cram all the information in whilst retaining a design that looked neutral because we wanted to tell people a lot of things, but we also wanted to not overwhelm them. So we'd have to create a design that was very blank and easy to access without making people feel like it's a lot of jargon. So it was probably the challenging part because we wanted to say a lot all at once, like come to a landing page and then you have to see everything that you want to see and learn everything. But we also want to allow people to breathe and scroll down or like feel like they're leading the education that they're receiving from the website. So we had a lot of ideas and we wanted to bring them all to life, but in a way that was quite subtle, and that was probably the biggest challenge. I think seeing all of the badges. So we did a design where people can share their carbon footprint, and it was quite fun just to see people's results. So like I never really considered before what we're trying to do. We were building it, designing it, but then you realize the impact where people can see their own results, and to see that live on Instagram was such like a nice and fun experience because people didn't really feel like ashamed by it. They were just posting it, and it was just enjoyable to see all those results come in. I think probably when we were trying to build the website and we asked the developer to test it on mobile, and then we found out he hadn't had yeah, he didn't have a mobile, so we had to I guess like try and view it ourselves, and then eventually he got one, which is great. So I guess the most memorable part was that we changed his life in that he now owns a smartphone. I learned that I've learned more how carbon's calculated. So initially, I knew about what carbon footprint meant, but I didn't know what it was based on. And to learn about the factors and to learn about how keen everybody is as well, it seems like we have this information about carbon footprint that we all understand and know what the word means, but we don't really know the depth of it and what makes that measurement what it is and why we should care about it. So I learned more about what it means and what it means to have a higher one than a lower one and where the average sits, because if someone said to me my carbon footprint was 8.1, I'd be like, I don't know what that means, and now I do.